Greetings and hello, guys. Happy Saturday. Himes, you here?
I am here and my body is ready.
Well, I don't really know how to feel about that one, but hope everyone's had a great Saturday. We're going to get this rolling. This is, again, a reminder the first of our hopefully weekly talk shows. Maybe weekly, maybe bi weekly. We haven't figured that part out yet.
Yeah, there's still work in progress, still
Working
several
for
things to figure out.
Right. So, Himes,
Yes.
who are you?
This is a question I have been asking myself my entire life.
Well,
No.
We
I
figured.
am
Well, we figured we would start this whole thing off for those of you that haven't are newer to our streams and those that haven't ever been to one of our streams. Kind of give you a little background of who we are, our background in gaming. At least, you want to go first?
yeah, I can do that. Ah, my name is Bartholomew Peace Givenheims the third, Esquire, twice removed. Um, Now, I've been a long time fan of gaming. Um, I can think back. I started off first system I had was an Atari, so it definitely goes way back. And I am 31 years old now, so I would say 25, 26, 27 years of pretty much being an absolute game addict. I guess the early games I played that I really fell in love with for first person shooters, as did a lot of people, particularly once I was able to get them to play with other people, where I'd have to yell at my mom, tell her don't answer the phone, somebody's calling the house, and then we would play Duke Nukem 3D. And then from there, I went on to Quake, Counter Strike. I did dabble in WoW for a long time, um, but and I've dabbled in MMOs off and on, but shooters were, I don't know, always my bread and butter. Uh, but also always enjoyed JRPGs. The Super Nintendo era was, if there was any era that I had growing up played the most JRPGs, it was that era. Didn't own a PlayStation initially when they came out. Didn't own a PS2 initially when those came out. I pretty much PC gamed after the Super Nintendo. Um, Fell back in love with console gaming really in, I guess, the beginning of the PlayStation 4 era into the PS3 era. Um, and that is, I guess, largely reflected by what I stream on my channel. Um, but other than that, I don't know about much to say about myself as far as gaming goes and whatnot. Um, do it all the time. I'm an addict.
Well, I guess I can't talk too bad about you.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the flip side, I got my start with the Intellivision. Owe that to my father. So I had my first computer whenever I was 5 years old, Apple II GS. Um, I had a long-standing console gaming background. That's mainly where my stuff came from. I did play a lot of Doom 2 uh, when the first PC port came out of it. Most of my stuff was focused around RTS. You know, that kind of stuff. I wasn't a big first-person shooter gamer. I did play a lot of them, but I wasn't all that great at them. Definitely more of a console gamer back then. Now I'm more PC for the most part, but um, we both stream RPGs. That's 90% of our stream time is going to be in RPGs. So most of
Yeah.
you guys know that. That being said, AB Start Select was an organization or a group that we had planned on being a YouTube group probably 2 years ago.
Yeah, I guess that would probably be about when we started originally talking about doing videos or something of that nature tied to gaming, of course.
And I mean, that's just the moniker that we were under. We're going to start carrying it forward with our streams, at least for the dual streams. We'll get more to that towards the end of the show, but expect to see it a lot. We're going to move forward with that.
Yep.
And in doing so, we'll go ahead and start this thing off with. If y'all have any topics you want us to talk about on the next one, shoot me a mail in Twitch, or I'll post an email address towards the end. You know, get us topics and we'll put them on here. But these are basically ones that I think are pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah. Yeah.
Starting it off, I think we're going to start off every show with what we're going to call rage mode, since you guys know me pretty well and the rage that I tend to exhibit on stream sometime. I'm sure we'll get some for the Chrono Cross stream later on.
Oh yeah. Something will happen. We got that second son boss.
Shut up. This is going to be stuff during the last week or two that just pisses us off, for the most part. I think the big one right now that really made the top of everything, especially when Forbes magazine is reporting on your gaming company, you got a problem. Destiny's most recent DLC, that's soon to come out. They want $40 for it. Now, there's been two. Destiny in itself is a controversial game.
Yeah.
Given and I disagree on certain things and agree on others when it comes to it. I was very much looking forward to a narrative, and the game to me had very little. To the point where those of you that haven't played it, one of the NPC characters literally makes a comment when they're describing the story as, I could tell you about all this stuff, but I'm not going to, basically. They cut so much stuff out of the game to get it launched at the right time. This has been a plan that Bungie was trying to make a 10-year license, 10-year franchise out of this. 3 games, I think 2 expansions per game was the initial thing, but now they've deviated. This particular one, the other expansions have been $20 a piece. This one is $40. And not only that, but they want new players to spend $80 on it and get the entire original game, plus the 2 expansions, and the most recent, the newer expansion that's about to come out for $80. Whereas long-standing players will have spent $140, basically, twice as much almost.
Yeah.
You want to comment on that? You're a long-standing player more than I am, so.
As you said, there's things, Destiny has been very controversial. There's things me and you have agreed on and disagreed on. And I will admittedly say, okay, one thing, I guess to get it straight, is I was never underwhelmed by Destiny because I did not follow it at all. I started it when it came out with no expectations. And I found what, to me, was a fun little different kind of Borderlands first-person shooter loot hunter type thing in space. And I fell in love with that, and I played the hell out of it for a handful of months, but I burned myself out on the content. At this point, I've tried to defend it somewhat in the past. At this point, I can't defend this kind of mess with what they're doing with this new expansion and how they're basically shafting the people who have been supportive of the game this entire time, paid for everything up to this point. I really can't wrap my head around why they had all thought what their plan was a good idea. I don't know.
It's even gotten to the point where one of the, I don't know if he's a lead dev on the project. I think his name is Chris Luke.
Yeah.
Made a comment basically saying, I'm trying to find it here. If you saw these emotes we're adding in, you would throw money at the TV screen.
And that was in response to him being questioned repeatedly about why he thought it was a good idea to require previous players to repurchase all this shit just for some little customization things they would gladly pay a much smaller and reasonable amount for. How arrogant, like, Jesus Christ.
Luke Smith was his name. I'm sorry, not Chris. Luke Smith. Yeah, he said, if I fired up a video right now and showed you the emotes, you would throw money at the screen. I don't know, and he's since apologized for this, and Bungie has apologized, and they're now going to make these emotes available for purchase. So if you really want them, you can buy them. Uh, if you're a new player, you spend $80, you get the entire game with all the expansions and these new emotes. If you're a long-standing player, you have to pay for them separately. I if this is the way, DLC's been going this way for a while, but if it keeps up at this pace, we're going to see games that you can't even end up playing the game until you spend $150 on it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just Destiny will not be getting any more of my money.
Yeah, it's and it was even the most disappointing thing about it for me. On top of everything, I had just recently actually started to play it a little bit
Yeah,
again.
I know you'd said that. You're getting back into it again.
But well, I'm happy Planet Side 2 is out. To hell with Destiny.
Well, yeah, I'm glad to hear you say that because I did follow the game very closely prior to launch. I saw everything they promised. It was You're never going to be able to get everything out there. I mean, we've been through enough with
No.
Peter Molyneux to know that when something's promised, Fable, it's never going to be the finished product. Problem with this one is, I really think in Bungie's mind they've released a finished product that they're very proud of, and I don't see it. I don't see it. I have a good friend that plays Destiny religiously, and he enjoys it, and that's fine. He thinks this whole thing is ridiculous. He spent a lot of money on the game to begin with. He's got the Xbox One and the PS4.
It's telling when people that have defended all the other bad decisions and things that have and questionable decisions and maybe scandalous things that were uncovered turn turn on you. You know you've really screwed up when that happens.
So that's enough raging about Destiny. They've gotten more than their spotlight. Like I said, they were that article, by the way, was #1 on Forbes.com as far as most commented on. That's pretty crazy to me.
Forbes, because everybody knows Forbes is a gaming site.
Yeah. Well, that leads us into the next rage topic: the new Batman Arkham Knight. Good game. I've enjoyed all of them, or both of them, I should say. And I'm enjoying this one. I have it for the PS4 because the PC port, and it is a straight up port, has so many issues it was removed from Steam. Now, Steam removes games if there's issues. I don't know of a AAA title that they've removed up to this point. I could be wrong, but this is bad. This is
Yeah.
beyond bad for a very well known developer to outsource the PC port, which is a very important port. A lot of people played these games on PC.
And that was one of the things I was going to bring up when we started talking about this one is, the first one had such good PC support. It came out of the gate. The reason I say that, it came out of the gate as one of the few games that was so supportive on PC that it was fully developed and completely ready for the NVIDIA 3D vision technology. And that's the way I played it. I had one of them. I have the monitor and the glasses and stuff like that. And didn't really pan out because there just wasn't enough made direct exactly for it. But that one was, it got really good PC support, and this is like such a 180. That was a huge disappointment.
Well,
And
you
I've
have you have modding, if not anything else. PC
yeah,
allows for modding. You can't get modding on a PS or a console release,
no,
and
uh,
that's where your support comes from. Now,
and I've
Rocksteady,
got it for PC. I haven't. I've
yeah,
avoided
you got it
playing it.
through your video card, right? Which I
Yeah,
know
I
a
got
bunch
it
of
for
people
free with
have
my
actually.
video card, but I've
Let
avoided
me point
downloading and
out
playing it
some of the
because
big streamers have been playing it on PC just fine. Now they're playing it on beast machines. Lyric I know has been fine. Ko has been fine. A couple others that I've watched throughout the week. But it's an overwhelming the response has been so overwhelming that Rocksteady has encouraged Steam users to request refunds. That's taking money direct. That's how ashamed they are for this port. That they're encouraging people to go ahead and claim refunds so they can get the game fixed and reposted.
yeah.
That's
Um, and some people maybe there are people that are playing it without crashing, and it's playable and they're getting good frames and all that stuff. But some of the other things that I've seen examples showing that on PC, the not all the shader effects are even
Yeah.
there that show up on PS4.
Yeah.
That don't make any. I mean, half the reason I like having an awesome gaming PC is because I can play games at the most beautiful settings possible.
Well, I think we both agree on the fact that we're not saying a company shouldn't outsource their gaming. If they're not a PC gaming developer, then obviously they don't need to be making a PC game. Definitely
Right.
outsource your game. Quality
But
control, though, seems to be very lacking in these ports. Whether it's PC to console or console to PC, quality control seems to be lacking. There's just stuff's not getting done.
yeah, and it's always been kind of historical that ports didn't perform as good, but it seems like it's getting worse and worse.
And it
Uh,
shouldn't be,
yeah,
because consoles are becoming closer and
more
closer to
like
PCs. I
PCs.
mean,
Aren't the one and the PS4 are both on like x86 architecture and all that?
I
That's
don't know. I haven't
I
looked
remember
that up.
hearing that early on, and that was a big thing. Like people were like, "Oh, it's going to be so much better."
Then,
Between ports and
well,
all that stuff
Steam
for
machines
that
roll
reason.
out. Steam machines roll out in what, October?
Uh, yeah, I think you can.
I'm
Well,
pretty
you can
sure the
already
Alienware one's out in October.
the controller. You can already get the actual Steam machines. There's
Oh,
a
are
few
they
sites that are already
actually?
selling them, but the controller comes out in October. I pre-ordered one. I'm just going to hook it to my PC, and I'm going to do a little unboxing and kind of review it, I guess. Um,
I've held out on the controller. I think it looks interesting. I hope it picks up, but I don't want the first revision.
Yeah, well, and that's one of the things I am very interested in because, like, man, like the touchpad idea that they're working with, like in my mind, that doesn't seem like it would be a good idea to me in my mind. But it's Valve. I'll give them credit for being able to pull things off in the past I didn't think they could pull off.
Uh, Valve has yet to do anything that's been questionably bad that I can think of. But those that do own the PC version, I know they've had devs working on this thing around the clock. It should be back up to a workable version soon, if not already. I haven't checked this morning. All right, let's round off the rage mode with something that you don't have a lot of experience with necessarily in this particular game. I will say, Skivenheims and I have a strong background in MMOs. We actually became friends pretty much through an MMO,
Yeah.
Ultima Online, way back in the day. You played some
Darkwood.
Mirkwood. Shout outs to Mirkwood.
Yeah.
Uh, you played WoW. I played WoW. I've also played pretty much every MMO that's come out at some point for some amount of time. I played a lot of Guild Wars 2. It killed off Terra.
Yeah. It ruined Terra for me and it ruined Neverwinter for me.
Yeah.
Basically in the sense that I was in really active clans and I was having a great time playing the game. And then most of the leadership would leave and go play Guild Wars.
Yeah.
And then I didn't feel like finding another clan.
Here's the deal with Guild Wars. I enjoyed my time in Guild Wars 2. It's a it's a non-subscription based MMO. So you pay for the game up front. There's no monthly subscription fee. That works really well, actually. I spent several months playing it before my account got hacked, and support was so bad that it took me almost a month for them to refund half my money. I never got my characters back. My banks were completely emptied out. This was the string of these going around about 6 months into the game development. So bad that they posted about it. They were not ready to support the game. I have a big problem with an MMO that's not ready to support itself.
I mean, that's one of the most important aspects to MMOs.
Right.
And it's one of the reasons why, I know that, paying for the game up front and then not having subscriptions is a great thing. But it's also one of the reasons why I never mind paying for a subscription for a game that I really enjoy that's well supported.
I 100%
That's the
agree.
key.
I've never had
Well
a problem
supported.
paying a monthly sub. Servers are expensive. I work in IT. I can tell you, servers are expensive. People are expensive, and there's a lot of development time after game launch that goes into MMOs, I would much rather see a sub fee than lackluster support, which is what I found Guild Wars 2 to have. But this newest thing, Davey brought this up to me actually. I was actually looking into possibly getting back into Guild Wars 2 with this new expansion until I saw how they're pricing it. They're basically making, it's kind of a Destiny move to me. They're making
It
new
is.
players
It's
spend
not
just
as harsh, but
it's
it
not as
is.
harsh, but Guild Wars 2's been out for 3-4 years now, I think, something like that. It was 2012. It's somewhere around there. It was $50 back then. If you still own a copy of the game now, you can buy the expansion for an additional $50, and you get the core game in it that you've already got.
Yeah.
As far as I've seen, there's no discounts for anyone that owns the game already. They're offering a free character slot.
You know, I get what they're trying to do. Their justification was they're trying to create a situation where there's ease of access for somebody that wants to get into the game for the first time. And I'm sure that was in the people responsible for Destiny's debacle. Part of their logic too, to why they priced things the way they did. But you can't crap on the players that have made the game what it is and kept it populated up to the point that it is up to,
Yeah,
now.
I completely agree. I will not be buying this expansion. I will not be playing Guild Wars 2 again. It's deplorable what the developers are asking for. I understand, like you do, where they're coming from. They want to make it nice and simple. You got to offer
Make
some incentives beyond a free character slot, guys. I mean,
Yeah. Or I mean that's fine. If you want to price it at 50 core game and the expansion, give the give the people that have been playing that have the game already an option to get the expansion. It's
well,
not a hard concept.
also you could give them in-game currency because there's
Yeah.
viable in-game currency. Do something. Don't just say, well, we're trying to make it easy on everybody, so deal with it, because that's how I translate.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to make me not buy a game. This is one of those things. Like, I don't want to feel cheated purchasing your game twice.
Yep.
All right. Well, I think that's it for the rage topics. So we can go ahead and kind of move into the middle area. What do you want to start with, Skivin Hum? Should we start with the topic that I think everyone in the chat really cares about right now?
I think we should. Might as well.
I can hear Golden from here.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII Remake, go.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. I do expect a lot of people that have been fans of or big fans of Final Fantasy VII to I expect there to be backlash. There's people that love this game so much and have it built up so much in their mind that I don't they're not going to be able to meet those people's expectations. Not all of them, not a large amount of them. So I think it does have that going against it. That being said, I'm really excited for it. I admittedly have not beaten 7, the original one. I have played a good bit of it though, enough to know whether or not I liked it and enjoyed it. And it's actually something I've considered streaming in the future. Go ahead
Oh, we
and
were going to dual stream it.
round that out. Yeah. Um, so, hey, I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. I think it's going to be really cool. I just think that you're going to see a big division in people that do and don't like it amongst the hardcore Final Fantasy VII fans.
Well, those that have been in my channel for any amount of time know that I'm very vocal with Final Fantasy VII. I think it's the weakest of all of them. I literally find Final Fantasy VII to be probably the weakest writing and the weakest story of all the Final Fantasy. At least of the 7 through 13 era. 9, 10, and 12 are far better. Sure, they all have annoying characters in them. That's intrinsic to Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
But 7 holds a special place for me because I played 7 directly after having played 6, which 6 was 6. I mean, 6 is probably second or third on my list of all time, and that's an old sprite based game.
Yeah, 6 definitely ranks up there for me. It's up there with Chrono Trigger.
I
Chrono
think this
Trigger
is
edges it
a
out, but
I think this is a ridiculous move by Square. Honestly, I think it's a money grab, cash grab. I can't fault them for that. They have to make money. Square does not make a lot of money, to be honest. Um, Not in the grand scheme of things.
if they do it right, they could take my money.
Here's the thing. Now this is rather new. I fished this up this morning. Tetsuya Nomura, who is the lead director of Kingdom Hearts, is actually also going to be the lead director of the Final Fantasy VII remake. He didn't know about this until internal, um, like first impression stuff was being broadcast. I
Huh.
I think this is a thing where Square is basically they did not think that this was going to be something they were going to do. They've said they would never do this. They've been quoted in the past saying they were never going to remake 7. I think early this year they just decided, hey, E3's coming up. Let's show it.
Let's just do something crazy.
Let's do something crazy. Um, I got a quote here from this article though that's very troubling to me. He was initially told that there was going to be an HD port going to the PS4, and that then he was going to be in charge of a remake. Two separate things.
Yeah, and there is. I think you can pre-order the HD port
Right.
now.
Now, here's the part. Let me find it again. That's very weird to me. Um, now I'm having trouble finding it. They're basically he's said that they're changing the story. He's been quoted, and I'm trying to find it. I'll copy it into chat if I can in this article. Um, I had this earlier. Ah, in an interview with GameSpot, Nomura indicated that the story in the remake might deviate from one set in the original, suggesting the remake may be more of a reimagining. Now, that is troubling to me. You can't reimagine Final Fantasy VII. Now, if it
Well, and
was
then that kind of falls into what I was saying. Like, this is a tricky thing. People have it so built up in their minds. Like when it's like people that are a big fan of a book, and then the movie comes out. You never hear them say it was better because they already had a picture in their head of what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, this is big. Now, if it was a remake and they were going to if you're going to remake Final Fantasy VII, there's way too many typographical errors and way too many mistranslated things in the game not to reword those. There was going to be some amount of rewording. Reimagining though, to have that word used, that scares me, and that makes me think that all these people that were shouting for the remake at E3 may be a little upset when it comes around.
Yeah. I'm still gonna get it. I'm hell, I'll probably pre-order a damn collector's edition because that's what I tend to to do with these big epic games that get released. Take my money.
I don't know. You know, that's Final Fantasy VII. I'll probably still buy it as well, just to complete. I own every Final Fantasy, so it's kind of hard for me not to buy it. But I think this is going to be bad. I think people are going to be very upset, and a lot of them at least.
Yeah.
All right, moving right along. Rest of E3. Um, I know you didn't get to watch the conferences quite in depth as I did.
No, I've gone back and watched highlights, and majority of the news I got through reading articles after conferences were over.
Well, what are you looking forward to outside of Final Fantasy VII
Yeah.
and another topic on the list, which is gonna be Fallout 4?
You know, one that I'm really looking forward to, but I'm really scared about as well is No Man's Sky. That just seems like for it to be that big, that varied, that much going on, that seems so ambitious. I don't know. I can't. I'm have a hard time picturing it being pulled off even half as good as they're making it look like it possibly could be.
Well, you know what they have on their side? This is the era of the roguelike and the procedurally generated. Go on Steam and look up roguelike, you're going to
Oh
find
yeah,
hundreds of titles. It's become huge. I remember
yeah,
whenever I was playing NetHack in the early 90s and no one knew what the hell a roguelike was. No one my age knew. Roguelikes have been around for forever. Remember, we played Medivia for a while. That was less of a roguelike and more of a view, but still,
yeah. I loved Medivia though. It was good.
could be fun. I think No Man's Sky could be interesting. I think it's something that a lot of people, myself included. Did you ever play the oh, what was it series called? Another space XCOM or not XCOM? Sorry, X3.
No, honestly, I don't have a big background in any kind of space sim type games. Really, I don't have much of one at all. Um,
I think
but
No Man's
this is like a space sim, and it seems like it's going to have a survival side to it and an exploration side to it, and
it's yeah, it's X3
it's
meets Minecraft basically.
it seems like such an insanely that's what I mean by insanely ambitious. I just can't really going to be that good. Is it really going to have that much?
Well, have you seen stuff on Star Citizen? I mean, that was the Kickstarter funded MMO that's still in development that's going to be kind of the same, but it's going to be oh.
Yeah,
I think No Man's is going to basically be fun for a while and it's going to get old really quickly. From what I've seen, I think a lot of people are going to play it, do some exploring, go to a couple planets, and let's face it, when you don't have a story that's guiding you, it's really hard to stay involved in a game.
yeah.
Exploration in and of itself is not necessarily the most fun thing in the world.
Yeah. My fear kind of is I kind of have a specific thing I'm fear and kind of expect that yes, the game is going to have all these places you can visit, and yes, you can go visit and live on the world, and there's animals and an ecosystem, and yes, you can go into space battles and all that, but that none of these different systems are going to have any depth. That is just kind of what I fear.
You know, we'll see. It's pretty far outside of
All that said, I hope I hope they make it
I do
as good
too.
as it looks.
Yeah, I
Because
do
if
too.
so, I'm gonna be all in on that. But I'm scared. I'm
I think
reserved.
that's a PS4 only, is it not?
I believe so. Yes.
Um, yeah, and we got a good point in chat. I mean, Minecraft is insanely popular, but I don't mean this in a negative way. Minecraft has been carried forward by the younger audience. Most of your big Let's Players that do Minecraft videos are catering to a younger audience, kind of like the Legos of today,
Yeah.
in my opinion. I've had fun in Minecraft. Don't get me wrong; it's not something I can play for 30 hours a week, though. Those that can go for it. I'm not knocking them. I
Yeah.
just don't think Minecraft is Minecraft. It is what it is. No Man's Sky is trying to be more than that. It's trying to add in this procedurally generated planets and galaxies and all kinds of crazy stuff that I think is going to be cool. But I'm not sure how sustaining. Again, I agree. I hope I'm proven wrong. I hope it's amazing. I will tell you the games I'm most looking forward to, and I'm not going to go into detail on a lot of them. Star Wars Battlefront. Always been a big fan of the series. I hope they don't screw it up. Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
It's going to be just as confusing as Kingdom Hearts 2 and 1 and the other 7 of them, but I'm still going to love it. Super Mario Maker. I think that looks great. I love Mario. Classic Mario. You're going to be able to make levels from the 8-bit all the way up to the most recent. I think that's
I
amazing.
think that's a really cool thing. I think it's a really good move by Nintendo, and yeah, I might actually. Play Mario again.
Um, XCOM 2. I love XCOM. I've played it since the early 90s XCOMs. There's new Mirror's Edge coming out.
Yeah, I'm
Boy,
excited
that
for that one. I enjoyed as simple as it was, and well, I shouldn't say simple. As short as the game was, I
yeah,
really enjoyed Mirror's Edge. It was
that's a
one of
game
those
that would
few
be a fun
games.
speedrun game.
Well, exactly. It's one of the few games that's like that where there's no variation in story. It's pretty straightforward on all the levels that I played over and over and over again because I tried to do stuff faster.
Right.
You know.
Um, Horizon looks interesting. That's the one where basically it's a non-technological society with robots running around, kind of like Monster Hunter, that you fight giant robots. It looks interesting. It's very early right now.
Yeah.
My biggest one though, For Honor looks amazing. For Honor is going to be. I played Rune back in the day. Sword fighting sims to me, or sword fighting games, are amazing. For Honor looks crazy. If you haven't
Yeah.
seen For Honor, go look that one up.
I loved Rune and sword fighting games are great. At the same time, they're really it seems like they're really easy to, in my opinion, screw up on the
Oh,
side
I
of mechanics and whatnot.
definitely. Well, lag plays a huge thing.
Yeah.
If you can't get your net code right, then you can't block correctly. That's
Right.
and the last one that on my list, well, I have what two. One of them is the Fire Emblem Shin Megami Tensei crossover that Nintendo's doing. Um, that actually looks fun. It's got the Persona. It's Shin Megami Tensei, but it's more Persona. It's not the other series. It's got all the style of Persona, the music, art, pretty much, with Fire Emblem. I love
Yeah.
both those series. That can't go wrong there. Um, Disappointments from E3. My biggest one, and it came up most in Square's presentation. Mobile gaming, not
Yeah.
handhelds. Mobile gaming. Square during their horrible press conference did 5 different mobile games they're coming out with. Now I had read a while back Square was transitioning more into mobile gaming. I didn't expect their E3 presentation to be dominated by a mobile game.
Yeah, that
I,
I don't know. I don't get it. I
First
mean,
off, mobile gaming is not gaming. Mobile gaming is money and time wasters on your phone or your
yeah.
tablet.
Yeah, and just to be clear, obviously we don't mean like gaming on handhelds. We mean like literally phone gaming. At
Yeah.
least that's how I define it in my mind when I'm talking about it in this context.
Uh, I don't really have much to say about it. I was very disappointed by the number that Sony and Square did of mobile games.
Yeah.
Microsoft debuted their HoloLens technology. Let's face it, it looks fun slash funny. How the hell are people going to actually use that? It just the whole thing blows my mind. Like, why are we getting away from making better games and putting all this development into crazy niche technology that no one's ever going to have?
Yeah.
First off, Microsoft lost all its credibility with Kinect. Who
Yeah.
the hell wants to support another Microsoft niche hardware product? I don't.
You know, honestly, I have become very skeptical of gimmicky hardware now. Uh, the Wii's motion control for the original Wii, that system did really well. I give it that. But even it, just give me a keyboard and mouse or give me a controller. Um, there's a reason why it doesn't work majority of the time. All these weird little gimmicky niche things these companies come up with. Virtual Boy.
Oh God. Well, yeah, that's a whole different.
Yeah, that's
That's Nintendo being Nintendo, having so
yeah.
much money they can make failures here.
Yeah, Nintendo are one of the people that they can get away with that, but
My other big highlight from E3, I'm probably more excited about this than anything else, and I'm probably in a vast minority. Square is making a new Nier. Why? I don't know. Nier is a vastly overlooked title in Square's library. I loved Nier. It had a lot of problems, don't get me wrong, but
Face guy.
they're making a new Nier, and yeah, and they had the lead dev come out in a mask that looked like it was something out of a nightmare and present it. I mean, you know, the Japanese culture is a lot more crazy when it comes to these cons, but that was. I was watching a couple talk shows
I'm
talking
gonna
about it, and everyone
post
was
a
just kind of
picture in
stunned.
chat for people to see.
Yeah.
Oh God, that didn't paste well at all.
Fail. Let me go
Fail
ahead and
paste.
transition while you do that.
Fail paste.
Last piece of E3,
There we
Fallout
go.
4. Now, I know a lot of people that frequent my channel are not Fallout 4 fans. I'm sorry,
I am
but
pumped.
Fallout
I
4
am
is
pumped. And you know what? Damn it. If I can't get a pre-order in for my Pip Boy edition, I'm gonna cut somebody.
so yeah. The Pit Boy edition actually comes with a Pit Boy you put on your arm, and you put your phone in it, and it interfaces into the game. It's ridiculous. It's not going to be something you use much, but it is. I want it.
I
And
want
I'm
it.
not usually a sucker for the collector's edition stuff. I
I
don't give a
want it.
damn.
Take my money. But apparently that dude, you can't get it. I'm set up to get alerts on Amazon when it comes available. And like it sells out. Like don't miss the alert for an hour. It'll be gone. It's happened to me twice now.
Where are you getting the alerts from? Uh,
From
Beth,
Amazon.
from Amazon.
Yeah. But I'm also checking the GameStop site regularly, and have it on my wish list there. I've not ever got one alert that said it has come back in stock. But yeah, uh,
It's a great idea. The Pit Boy is iconic. It's been in all the Fallouts, even back
mhm.
before the first-person shooters came out, going all the way back to Fallout 1, which I've been a fan of the series since Fallout 1. Trying to find. Here's a picture of the Pit Boy. It only fits certain phones. That's to be expected. Which
I
means
probably I have a Note 3, and I know it's not going to fit it, but I don't care. I want it.
it's a good stream prop. You know, you could always just stream with it.
Well, yeah, and I have an old iPhone 3, a 3GS. I could just put the app on that and
I like
stick it in there.
I like this idea. I like taking a piece of equipment out of the game. You know, when they did the Call of Duty with the, I think that was Black Ops 2 that had the little race car that came with it for the collector's edition.
Yeah,
That was a good idea. This is just even better. This is probably one of the best ideas, marketing wise, I've seen in a while for a
yeah.
collector's edition.
The master. What was it? I don't remember which Halo it was, but the one that came with the helmet was almost a great idea, except for you couldn't actually wear the helmet.
Oh yeah, I have that helmet.
Yeah, I
Halo,
know.
the Halo 2 collector's edition. Yeah,
Yeah.
or Halo. Halo 5's coming out. Does anyone care? Nope. Okay, moving on. Fallout 4. I I try to think of things that they could add in that was not in New Vegas or 3, and I really draw a blank. I mean, they could literally reskin New Vegas with a different engine and have the exact same game, and I'd probably play through it.
Yeah.
Huge fan of the games. There's a lot of controversy right now over the graphics, I've noticed. We're expecting better graphics.
It's huge. There's gotta be give and take there if you're expecting a large scale game, and I'm expecting it to be in large scale, same as 3 and New Vegas.
Let's get something else out of the way. I've seen a lot of criticism of Bethesda over the past couple days. People seem to think that making a game the size of Skyrim or Fallout means you can playtest it to where there's no bugs. I don't know where this misconceptions come from, but it's ridiculous. Bethesda is a hell of a company with great quality control. That
Yeah.
being said, their games are very buggy, but their games have more lines of code than anything else I've ever seen on the market either. So you have to expect when you're going to early adopt it day one. Again, this is where PC support comes in. They can patch the hell out of that PC way faster Because I'm pretty sure Bethesda's going to have a straight tie-in to Steam. I'm fairly certain they do. So they don't even have to have their patches.
They did for New Vegas, so I assume the same will happen again.
I don't know. I can't say enough good about Fallout. I'll be playing it day one. I'm not sure I'm going to stream it, but I'll be playing it day one. October is going to be a crazy month.
Yeah, October, November, the winter is going to be crazy. I've got more games in my backlog that I can possibly handle, but you know what? That's okay. Speaking of the games in my backlog, I will be in anticipation of Fallout 4 coming out. I am going to be streaming 3 in New Vegas. So, plus I want to go back through the 3 story so that I'm fresh on it when I pick up 4.
Yeah, you'll be doing that soon. October's big for me because quite literally, this guy at 5. I think Persona's been officially announced in October. Persona 5. Something else, very Japanese. Drawing
No,
blank at the
there's
moment.
Dancing All Night.
I'm not gonna be streaming that.
Come on.
I'll be playing it probably. I'm not gonna be streaming it.
And if it had a dance pad, I would say you'd have to stream it. I'd be disappointed in you
Believe
if
it or
you
not, I was known to be quite the DDR fiend back in the day. I
didn't.
played some DDR back in PS2 era. Okay, so that's gonna finish up that, which moves us towards the end here. We're gonna talk very briefly about the dual streams going forward. Um, as most of y'all know, for those that don't, every Saturday so far, hopefully it stays that way, but every Saturday at 6 o'clock Central, Skivinghimes and I stream a game. Right now we're working on Chrono Cross. Before that, it was Chrono Trigger. We typically we're on our own separate streams, but with voice chat. And it's kind of just a hangout, virtual couch, I guess, type pretend situation.
Yeah, I guess you'd say that.
Um, it's a lot of fun. We've play about 6 hours at a time, 6 to midnight. May imbibe 1 or 2 alcoholic beverages
No.
and a little bit of rage every now and then.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna be
I've
bringing
been
that.
disappointed with the number of elevators so far.
Well, yeah, that's where we found out you have the elevator. I didn't know it until then, and I've known you for years.
Yeah, well.
We're gonna be bringing the dual streams under this banner, under the AV Start Select. So expect to see more icons like this moving into that. Also, we're getting towards the end of Chrono Cross. I mean, we got a couple of sessions left, but the next one after we finish Chrono Cross will be couch co-op, local couch co-op, so same room.
Yep. That'll be
Need you
interesting.
guys? Well, we kind of want you guys to give us some feedback on that. We have Legend of Mana, Secret of Mana, and quite a few Tales games. Those are all 2-player. There's also a very good possibility we might be picking up something like a Retron 5. We both have I have an extensive library of old school games. Nintendo, Super Nintendo, 64, everything. So there's a lot of 2-player stuff in that too. We want to transition to that. Again, if y'all have ideas or votes, send a Twitch message to either one of us or just talk to us in chat.
Yeah.
Our normal. Take that into consideration. I think the first one we do as far as couch co-op is going to be Legend of Mana. I've play tested it and it works. And given I was never played Legend, right?
Is that that's the one that's on PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't played that one. I've played some of the other earlier Mana games, but not that one.
Elevator action is definitely in the list. That's probably good. You got it right there in front of you. Good.
That shit right there. That's it.
We'll probably actually for the couch co-op we'll put that in and play that a little bit just to lead it off because that's a joke. Legend is PSX, yeah. PlayStation 1. Actually, pretty good copy of it for the limited release. Um, that's pretty much what we wanted to say as far as dual streams go. We might actually even start picking up some during the week, maybe at some point. Kind of
Yeah,
still talking about that.
there's a
Kind of depends.
yeah. Yeah, I guess both of us to an extent. Or this is all an evolution. It'll be an ever changing process as we figure out what we like to do more and more. But the evolution, that's scary.
So we're gonna open it up to any questions real quick. We got about 5 minutes before we need to jet out of here and get ready for the dual stream. So I need a drink very soon. So if y'all have any questions that haven't been covered, throw them in the chat.
Yeah.
Thank you, Davey Ninja, by the way, for the art, the overlay.
Yeah, the overlay is awesome, man.
Looks great.
Yeah.
As does everything else you've done up to this point. Oh, we can say real quick, so don't listen to him. So you're actually streaming Persona 4 right now.
Yes.
And when you finish Persona 4, you're moving into Fallout 3, correct?
Fallout 3, yeah. And I typically I deviate sometimes. Like last night I wanted to play PlanetSide 2 so bad I didn't do my Persona stream. I played PlanetSide 2 when the servers were up and shifted between that, Binding of Isaac, and Grand Theft Auto 5 throughout
Played
the
some
night.
Binding of Isaac last night.
Yeah, I did.
That being said, one of these Friday nights we should race. I haven't played it in a while.
Oh, you'll stomp the hell out of me,
But
dude.
that's
It's
the
not
fun
even
part.
competitive. That's the fun. Oh, yeah. It's like picking on a slow kid. Like, man. I
It's
like the game, but I'm bad at it.
Like putting you on an elevator.
Yeah, well.
A very good. Okay. I am streaming Tales of Grace's F at the moment. Right after that's going to be Suikoden 3. My disc got eaten. And it's now out on PlayStation
Jesus.
Network. Go buy it, people.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Came
Jesus.
out Tuesday or Wednesday. $10. So Suikoden 3's next, and then after that is going to be my Final Fantasy marathon. I don't want to put a date to it yet because I don't know when it's going to be, but I'll probably pick up to 5 nights a week streaming to try to get through those before October. That's my hope. A good point has been made in chat, however. Star Ocean 5. I forgot to mention Star Ocean 5.
Ooh.
Star Ocean
The
5
return of
looks
Limmel.
amazing. It looks amazing. I don't know if I told you this, Skipping Himes, but they're doing seamless combat transitions.
Seamless combat transitions, K.
Okay.
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 No, that'll be really cool.
It looks really cool. I hope they can pull it off the way it looks like they had. Xenoblade Chronicles X would be the other one. That wasn't really shown at E3, but we all know it's coming out before the end of the year. I played 92 hours worth of Xenoblade Chronicles back in February. So, and of course, on January 27th of next year will be the Star Ocean 4 replay. 1-year anniversary. Since you trolls just have to have you play that miserable game again.
Oh, you like it.
What
You
do we
love
think
it.
of TSM winning? I didn't know TSM won. Go TSM, though. Do this again next week. Did we hear about the FF7 remake? You can't ask that question anymore. It's now been talked about. Next week, we'd like to. We might. We need questions. We need topics, though. I pay attention during the week, but get some more topics in. As far as wrapping up, you got anything else you want to say?
No, I think it's for a first run. I think it's been really good. I've enjoyed it. Enjoyed it thoroughly. We just need as you said, we need topics.
Yeah.
If we can keep a constant stream of topics, we can do it more often, and we want to talk about what's interesting to y'all. So please send him recommendations. Or if you just want to send him hate mail, you can do that too.
Yeah. You can. I'll probably read it too.
He'll call me crying at night about what people think of him. I'll tell him it's okay. You just gotta shake them haters off.
This will be posted on our respective YouTube channels No,
Yeah.
Skibbenham has gotten a lot of his done compared to mine. I'm still working on getting mine. Catch the links in our chats or in our channels. Go ahead and link. By the way, if we do stream again, we'll be alternating this talk show between our channels. So the next one will be hosted by VP Skibbenheim. I'll be guest over,
Yeah.
so on and so forth. We'll swap back and forth. So let your friends know. Hit the Twitters if possible. We appreciate all the support that we've had from you guys from day one.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So, and Sax, and when we cut this off, guys, I'll still be in chat here. I'll just be kind of getting equipment shifted around for the Chrono Cross stream. I'll still be chatting here. I actually have something to say about Kingdoms of Amalur. I'll say that off. All right. Well, Mr. Skibbenheims, I'll see you in 30 minutes.
I will see you there.
All right.
I'll be there with bells on.
I hope not. You're not
Now
Harl, okay?
Now I got to go find some damn bells, so I'm not a liar.
Jingle bells.
Hey, they're bells. They would work.
All right, guys. It's been fun. We'll see y'all next time.
All righty. Good night.